I'm feeling some Momoa right now. There's a lot more Momoa in the air because something came out, everybody. Something came out, and I gotta talk about it. And that leads me to our featured story of the night.
1 hour and a half in, we made it.
I want to talk about Momoa. I want to talk about, of course, Aquaman.
Right.
So the new trailer came out for Aquaman, and I thought it'd be only appropriate to talk about it as our feature story because, of course, the DCEU, as we always talk about, is fucking done. It's over with. James Gunn, Peter Safran came in, and they're running it now, and everything else just doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't. It really doesn't, everybody. Batfleck was actually involved with this movie, and now he's cut out. Because he's fucking great. But the Batfleck was part of this. And then Batfleck was taken out. But on the IMDb page still, it shows Batfleck is number 2 on the call sheet, which is kind of weird because he's apparently cut out of the movie. But, you know, you're coming back. James Wan out of the hospital. He fucking killed it for this. I'm really excited about it. The trailer came out. I want to talk about it. But the thing is, this comes out in December. It was the longest ever. Longest ever wait for a trailer for a DCEU movie, for a superhero movie. Normally they come out months before this first official final trailer came out now, and the movie comes out in 2 months. Like, that's insane. It never happens that way. But it's the longest ever we waited for. This is a buddy comedy, regardless of Amber Heard said earlier, because James Wan actually said it's always been a buddy comedy. And Amber Heard was like, well, they had to rewrite it because of me, because, you know, the whole Johnny thing, you know, all that. So they had to rewrite it. That's bullshit, girl. It's all bullshit because, as they said before, it was always supposed to be buddy comedy. James Wan came out, had a whole thing saying that there's also a lot of reshoots apparently, but James Wan said everybody's going crazy. People are like, oh, here's what he said. Oh, they're doing a whole bunch of different reshoots. And he said, no, we were actually combined all of them together. It's less than a few days. It's just people's schedules were all over the place. So they had to, you know, shoot this time and then shoot that time and then shoot that time. And that's what happens with scheduling. Just like when I shot Ant-Man Quantumania, Paul Rudd wasn't available all the time. They used me, a different story, because he wasn't available. Then they worked it out. That's how it goes with these big DCEU Marvel movies. That's how it goes. So that happened with this. And James Wan said, hey, everybody, because they asked him, everybody's been asking about this. Well, did you cut Amber Heard out? And he said, no. The first movie was always supposed to be about Arthur and Mara, like their relationship. And the next one was about him and his brother, Arthur and his brother, coming together to do a buddy comedy. And that's what this is. And so that's what we're getting. So the trailer finally dropped. I mean, this comes out, what's this, December 20th? They spent $205 million on this. The original is the highest grossing DCEU project still to this date. They made $1.148 billion. That's a lot of money. And hopefully this one does as well. But unfortunately, the way things are going, I feel like they're going to let it fucking fall to the curb. But let's watch the trailer. Let's talk about it. Here's the trailer for Aquaman 2, The Lost Kingdom.
Excuse me.
4 years ago, I was basically unemployed.
Yeah, like me, motherfucker.
A wanderer with no home. But now, I'm a husband and a father. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't know how you do it, Pops. My job was a little less stressful than yours. Oh yeah, I finally got a job. I'm the king of Atlantis.
It's great. It's the greatest trailer.
500 million people from every known species in the sea call this place home. But that doesn't mean they all like me. I'm gonna kill Aquaman and destroy everything he holds dear.
Like Manta.
I'm gonna murder his family.
It is.
And burn his kingdom to ash.
Thank you, James Wan.
He must be stopped, or a global meltdown is imminent.
Fuck yeah, with that.
I think I know someone who might be able to help us.
Momoa makes.
That was fucking Conjuring. Patrick Wilson.
Do not call me brother.
Smeagol.
I cannot believe you let this happen.
Yeah, well, I hate this job.
True king builds bridges, right?
King builds
Fish out
bridges.
of water.
We need to find Manta.
He's different now. He's stronger than before.
It's the Black Trident. During King Atlan's time, there were 7 kingdoms. And the Trident was a curse upon them all.
The Trident's dark magic is spreading.
He means to end the bloodline.
I don't know what lies ahead, but we can't leave our children in a world without hope.
You're not as bad at this as you think. If you lead, the 7 kingdoms will follow.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be just as good as Flash, right?
Lost Kingdom.
Yeah. Oh, I'm here for it. Oh, I'm here for it. 100%.
So the new-
I'm a sucker for
the new
Wanda,
trailer.
we can establish this.
The Brian's the body of all the super. Maybe they scanned me, so maybe I am. I mean,
Look, apparently Ryan agrees. Apparently
All
Ryan
those
agrees.
hilarious things.
they didn't scan me, so you never know if they want some scrawny, tiny fucking person that got me. Anyways, everybody. So the trailer came out for this. Again, it's like the longest wait for a trailer for something that's coming out right now. Comes out December 20th. It's not that far away. Very first trailer. Normally you get like a second or a third trailer at this point. But we waited for a long time for this. Are we surprised about this? Does it look fucking good? Are we excited? Rachel, what do you think?
I'm so sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. I just want to address the comments because I can't. It's my job and I can't keep
get
up
in
with
there.
them. So I just would like to really quickly, and this is not my opinion. We're gonna address the few things in the comic.
Yeah, of course.
So Razor X was like, isn't doing reshoots a good thing?
Yeah, always is.
And then my lady,
It's built into their productions these days.
Queen Glamazona. Oh, God damn it! I fucked it up. Glamazona. Is that
Is that
right?
right?
I know
I
her
fucked
beer.
it up. You have to tell me.
Yeah, she's
For
awesome.
some reason, I feel
Thank you
like
for
it's
joining us
wrong.
on Cruise
I
Control.
don't know why. So she basically was like, I think a reboot, a reshoot, I'm sorry, means something is wrong with the movie and they fix it. So
Yeah.
basically, to answer both of those questions, like it's a combination, right? So if it's something that they didn't like or something in editing or a shot that they missed a shot of, like maybe they wanted a giant wide shot of the scene that they only had close-ups or cowboys or whatever. Like, so a reshoot doesn't necessarily mean that something was wrong, like in the story or anything like that. It just means that they are trying to reestablish or cover a scene in a better way or a different way, or they missed something in the first thing. Or a lot of times, by the way, writer's strike fucking reformed, maybe, just maybe, they're going to change the dialogue. And so then the writer's like, oh, let's just make this the dialogue. Let's make that, you know what I mean? So it's a combination of the two things, but also, it evolves over time. And reshoots are very, very common on
It's
most
pivotal.
projects, period, but especially these very big budget Hollywood movies. Okay, done, move on.
Well, they factor it always in because what's happened for years is that people will shoot a movie. I mean, they do test audiences always. And there's certain people that go there that are kind of built into the Marvel, the DC universe. Or it's pretty much every studio. Every studio has their test audiences. They bring them in and then they watch it. And then another audience comes in. They get feedback. They get notes. It's very pivotal to help them know what jokes are hitting. It's the same thing like sitcoms. Sitcoms have the same thing where the writers come and they do that. What's up, Strange Kurt? Does anyone even care anymore since DC is being rebooted a couple times?
I
That's
agree
it.
with you, Strange Kurt.
Good question.
That's a
Good
big
question.
part of this, though.
I don't give a shit.
Like Strange Kurt.
Reboot it.
I'm gonna say before we dive into this, though, you're great. But here's what happens is that's the reason this is coming out and it looks like a great trailer. And I fucking love the first movie. We actually watched it last night because we knew we were gonna talk about this tonight. Love the first movie.
So
but the
far
thing
as
is,
the movie goes, it was really good.
the thing is, the Flash came out and everyone didn't see it between Ezra, they know everybody's rebooting this shit. That's why no one, I mean, they're saying it's going to bomb. They're already speculating based off pre-sales, pre-sales even open, based off the
I feel like that's going to be
early
attached to
pre-sales.
Amber Heard and not attached to the franchise because the first film did so well.
That's drama on top of the fact that people know this doesn't go anywhere. And so we already know, even if it's a fucking great movie, and it probably will not make $1 billion like the first one did.
This is a
It
very
probably
good point.
won't.
It's a very good point. That's another strike against it because people are like, same thing like with the Flash. They're like, okay, that's rebooting the universe. Nobody cares, like, because it's not going to carry forward. And I think that if they would have held that press conference, like with him saying like, oh, none of this is going to fucking matter. It's going to be the new universe instead of Elseworld or whatever the fuck. Like, it just seems like it was counterproductive, honestly. So I think it's unfortunate for these, franchises that were all, or not franchises, but these look at films that were already, happening and in progress, and like that all this work went into, because I feel like there are a lot of people, strange Kurt, that do feel that way. I am still going to watch it because I think he did a great job as Aquaman in the first film. I think Nicole Kidman was spectacular. Willem Dafoe was great. Patrick Wilson was great. A little annoying, but great. And it was just, I don't know. Boba Fett, by the way, amazing. I wish I knew that man's name because I really do. He's a star.
Charon or something like that.
Yeah, something.
Carry
he's
a pretty
something fancy that I can't say. So yeah, it's just I do agree. Also, 5 years between movies is absolutely too long. But you have to put in consideration that there was a pandemic. Like there was a pandemic in between there where we couldn't work, we couldn't shoot, we couldn't do anything.
And now there's a strike.
They pushed this.
Room with someone.
They've also pushed this based off of
super unfortunate, honestly. Like in that case,
they pushed it because of like rebranding, changing. You know what I mean? They shot something with Ben Affleck in the credits, and they cut that out. Apparently, that was supposed to tie into the next universe thing. So that's a problem. Honestly, what they should have never done, they should have never announced James Gunn's reboot until after these movies came out.
And I was gonna say the same thing because the whole fucking summer has been DC.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's like, dude, why are you releasing 6 fucking DC movies and then telling us like, by the way, all this shit, forget about.
Matt Keaton's awesome.
And I didn't hate the Flash, and I watched the Flash exactly for the same reason, like that with Michael Keaton was in it, and he fucking did not disappoint. He was amazing.
Yeah,
he was amazing.
Beyond that,
and I know it's unpopular. I liked Batfleck too. I think that Ezra Miller, like, it really doing double time as an actor and playing 2 parts is a lot, and I think he did a good job. But Michael Keaton was the star of that movie. He didn't miss a fucking step. He was still the same old Batman that we loved from the 80s. It was amazing.
Awesome.
Our Batman, Sabrina. He's ours. Yes.
He is our Batman. He is our Batman.
Before we dive in,
hold on.
Before we dive in, drink. Everybody drink. Everybody drink before we dive in. We gotta drink. It's Friday.
It's fucking time.
Of course, but sometimes you have to be commanded to drink, and that's what happens.
That's what it is.
I love it. That's why I come here.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Jacob, go into it. Do you think that this is a good trailer? Do you think it will be successful regardless of all of the we're done with this universe? Do you think that this will still make money, and will Jason Momoa continue based off of this?
My opinion is very unpopular because I have a very unique taste. So will it make money? Yeah, it'll make my fucking money. Is it a great trailer? Yes, I think it's fucking great. Do I love it? Yeah. Did you hear my comments during the fucking trailer? It's awesome. I'm excited for this. But you know what? Going back up to that whole like all summer long, there have been a ton of DC movies released. Yeah, at the beginning of the summer, before like 6 of these fucking movies came out, we knew my boy James Gunn was rebooting the whole universe and making it right, making it better.
My boy.
Better future for us. I'm so excited about that. However, I'm a little upset because I haven't seen Flash yet, and I hear the greatest things about Michael Keaton. That's the only reason why I want to watch it.
Matt Keaton.
I do watch it because of that. But there was a whole Batgirl movie that had Michael Keaton all up in that shit, and it got completely scrapped and turned in for tax purposes. So why didn't they just do that with the rest of these movies instead of fucking cock teasing us for shit that will never get a sequel? And here's another thing. I haven't heard anything negative from James Gunn about Momoa not being Aquaman. I mean,
no, he didn't. He has not.
He actually said that he would continue.
I think with this movie, it's up in the air, but we also didn't hear anything about Beetle. The Beetle. We didn't hear anything about the Beetle, if it's going to be scrapped or not. And I hear a lot of good things from people. It's actually a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag.
You lose Rachel?
I think that movie sucks.
But yeah, so who knows what's going to happen with it? But yeah, they'll definitely make my money, and they'll definitely have me being a fan. But that's not much.
Yeah, it's a lot. Rachel, what do you think? Let's go the opposite spectrum. Rachel, you see this? I saw your face. Do you think this is going to do well, or do you think that this DC universe is done?
Rachel. He took his shirt off.
I think it's such a shame that this movie will not do well because it looks really good. I don't think it's the movie's fault that it's going to do bad.
Oh no, the movie was made by James Wan. He never disappoints.
It's going to be great. Like other people have said, because they
yes,
they
love that movie.
Ryan, you are so rude. You're trying to break everyone's concentration. It's not nice.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
because
Look at that. Look at those dancing pecs, Rachel. Look at them.
The nipples are
Don't
just
make
going
me
everywhere.
laugh. He's coughing and saying, "Don't make me laugh." When he put that up next to you, that is fucked up. Fuck you, Brian.
Little pinch.
Give him a
Because they've already announced that this is a dead franchise. Basically, this movie's gonna bomb.
He did.
So that sucks, and it sucks that things are that way because a movie shouldn't have to have a promise of a sequel to do well. You shouldn't need more. You should just say, "Hey, this was a really good movie."
Yeah.
But you know what? You're right,
if it
Rachel.
gets
There's a lot of
more,
deterrent
that's
because
cool.
it was announced that it was not.
If I can just like touch on
No.
the Marvel model of
Yeah.
superhero dumb, if you will,
It's-
like not DUM but DOM. You know,
Super-
DUMB. Sorry, not DUMB, not DOM. Like the superhero dumb. Like there is this new thing which they do in Star Wars and they do in all the Marvel shit, and that they're starting to do in DC, where it is all fucking connected.
Right.
It's just
Yeah.
It's
all
it's good and bad at the same
Strange
time.
Kurt.
Because
Before we dive
this is
in,
the way that it's bad because this movie is going to fail no matter how good it is.
Yeah, it did.
I know.
And the way it's good is that you get like really connected
It did.
universes, and that's fun.
We have a comment though. I want to talk about very fast here. What Strange Kurt said. Didn't James Gunn say Blue Beetle is the character in the universe? He did say that.
did.
But that was before it came out, and he's been pretty quiet about the reception of it. But he did say. It did, well, no, again, and that's but the Strange Kurt again. The problem is that you said this universe was
Problem is
dead.
he didn't direct it.
Right.
And this was a CW movie. I call it CW because it was supposed to go right to streaming, and that's my mind goes. But it was going to HBO
There's
Max.
nothing wrong with that. The best DC comes from
Yeah.
CW.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. But then they went to theaters. So again, it was one of those things with Blue Beetle. With this too, it's like it affects everybody. Rachel,
The best DC comes from animation, Jacob.
No, it
Yeah,
comes from
true.
the
You're right.
CW. If you haven't watched the CW DC universe, you haven't.
Okay,
lived.
I know the animation is so much,
I'm gonna
much
call
better
a
though.
hard pass
I will
for
say
you right
that
now. I'm gonna
that
call a
Flash
hard
movie
pass.
is so good.
Gross, Jacob. Thank you. Horrible.
You're welcome.
The DC,
Lexi is like, nope.
the CW is laughable for every
The CW
aspect.
There's some good.
Especially no,
There is some good.
Nothing's good. It's for One Tree Hill. Was that good? Like,
I said the DC
DC
universe
Everything
in
on the CW
CW
is a
shows are
is
the
the
same.
greatest
pile of
thing
shit.
That's
to
like
ever
all
happen.
the DC.
A pile of
Their
shit.
DC
Whether
shows
it's
are
a
One Tree Hill with
One Tree
Batman.
Hill. Correct. One Tree Hill
Gobble
with
that shit up
costumes.
with a
They're like, it's Halloween and One Tree Hill. Like, honestly, fuck off.
I'm talking about the DC
Okay.
CW though.
On the CW, I did like Gossip Girl. I will give it Gossip Girl, but that is
Gossip
a
Girl was on
That's not
Me too.
DC. Is Gossip Girl?
No,
DC?
no, no.
That's
no,
not
it's not
DC.
DC.
Was it
It's
on the
CW.
CW? It was?
Yeah, wasn't it?
Well, they spent, no, I don't think so.
But-
They spent a lot of money. I worked on that show. There's no
Oh,
way
yeah,
that
sure.
that was on
Good show.
CW.
Rachel, do you think?
Don't
Rachel, do you think though if this trailer does so
Yes,
well, if
OC
people it's like
was underrated.
it's like millions of people watch this trailer, Rachel. Do you think it's different?
Was it on the CW?
Let me just ask Rachel one thing.
Sorry.
Let me ask Rachel, do
hear
you
you,
think this
Brian.
is different because it is Jason Momoa? Do you think it is different? The first made $1.148 billion. Do you think that maybe, just maybe, regardless of all the drama, that people will go out and watch this movie?
I think
Yes, me. I already said I'm going to watch it.
between
No one asked you.
between
Rachel's
the
turn.
universe being dead and the Amber Heard of it all, I think it's just there's too much working against it for it to be getting what it deserves. So I think it'll still do moderately well. It'll do better than The Flash, but it won't do as well as it should have.
And that sucks though too because it looks like a great trailer. Sabrina, of course, very opinionated on this. What do you think? Do you because you love the first movie, right? You love the first movie.
Love is a strong word.
No,
I
you-
liked it.
you- I mean, when we watch movies, you seriously like this movie more than.
No,
You want him?
Okay, Jacob, you're really on my last nerve, buddy. I need you to rein it in.
Do you think though, Sabrina, that regardless, 'cause the trailer looks good, right? It looks good. I mean, that's what I think.
I love it. You know what I love the most about the trailer?
What's that?
Mira's not in it. Like she's in there for 1 second. She slams on the thing, and I'm like, yay! I don't understand how you come up with like a buddy comedy situation where like you put your brother in jail like at the end of the last movie, and like then they're like all of a sudden BFFs, and he's like, I don't know, it's weird. Also, I want to address really quickly that Nick said that CW superhero shows are like live action McDonald's toys.
I actually agree with that. He's not
100%.
There's Mira. There's Amber Heard, her in her bubble.
100. Yeah, that's the 1 second you see this bitch who I would like to banish from the planet.
That's actually an appropriate picture of her.
Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, I don't really know what that means, but so yeah, that was the greatest thing about this trailer. It just seemed weird to me that like they're making it a weird buddy comedy situation. I'm super glad she's not going to be super in it because of things. I'm absolutely going to see it. Correct. As Razor X and Queen Glamazona said. Also, let's see what this is. What's happening? I gave up somewhere into okay. They're talking about a separate thing with them. So no, I don't know. I will see it. It was a really good. It was basically the shift in DC. That should have been with Justice League, but that didn't happen. With the switch in directors and all the things. So I feel like this has the potential to be great. It really does. And the acting was great in the first one, minus Amber Heard.
Sans the Heard.
Yeah.
We've all been herded.
Patrick surprised me. Yeah. You're right about the acting. It was awesome.
You mean Patrick Wilson?
Sorry, yeah, Patrick Wilson.
Yeah.
Wrong. Not Terminator. Not Terminator.
Dun, dun, dun. Robert Patrick, friend of the show. He's a fucking great guy. We're doing like a CSI or something like that. He's fucking great. Right. He was great. But yeah, honestly, the problem with this, the trailer looks great. The problem with this movie at the end of the day is the DCEU is dead. It's done.
That they did that.
And I wish that they would have waited. They could have done secret castings for all the movies easily.
Great comment.
Arthur was
it's like Thor and Loki.
Yeah.
100%.
It totally is.
That's a great comparison. Thank you.
And that's their idea, was make it more
90%
comedy.
of DC is just ripped offs of Marvel anyway. So
they were comic books, Rachel. They're not rip-offs of anyone. It's comic books.
I will say this.
Yeah, you could rip off another comic book.
Well, okay, so you show me the receipts.
Show me the receipts. But watching again, this feels like more Marvel than DC. Honestly, the first one felt like more Marvel than DC because Marvel's always trying to make things like out there. It's comic book reference. And DC's always like, let's ground it. Let's make it reality. But this is like, let's fucking throw everything out the window and like, let's let it live in the comic book universe it is. And I think that works really well for Aquaman. Like, how do you make Aquaman real as opposed to just like fucking letting him be fucking Aquaman? We live under the ocean. We were Atlantis before. Like, let it be. And I think this feels more Marvel. I think that's why the first one did so well, because it was more comic accurate. And I think this one could do well. But the problem is, again, it's dead. It's dead. And Jason Momoa is a great Aquaman. I think he's fucking perfect. Yeah. Honestly, Aquaman was this dweeby little white guy in a fucking gold suit before.
Oh, you mean like on The Boys?
And you get, he was like fucking the deep. And now you get now you get in the deep, as opposed to the deep fucking octopuses, you get Aquaman beating bitches up and slamming their heads against fucking submarines. I'm all about that. Jason Momoa is perfect for this. And I know he might play a different character in DC, but if they do it right, and James Gunn said that we don't know, this is rumor wells again. Fucking Gal Gadot said that, that she's coming back. But I think if you're going to keep anybody, you keep her, you keep fucking Jason Momoa, and you continue this shit forward. I fucking love.
If the DC universe gets rid of Aquaman, you should still keep Momoa because 100% he should be Lobo. 100%.
Yeah. Lobo.
I love your coffee mugs. Fuck yeah.
There'll be more coming out to people very soon.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Thanks for tuning in.
You can see us. You can find us on Shopify. But yeah, honestly, everybody, Aquaman 2 is coming December 20th. Will it be great? Will it not be great? Will it make money? I think it's gonna be great. Will it make money? That's a big question. That's a big question. And I have a feeling it's not going to do well, unfortunately. But what do you do, everybody?
We have a question, and that's a good question. I feel like if it does well, like this is the whole question.
This is it.
And I feel like it's dooming most of the DC films. Like, so okay, this film is doing good. This film is not doing great. Oh my God, Nick, by the way,
There'll be no
he
more
should be
movies.
Lobo. Wait, like
I stated that already.
20,000 episodes ago, I was like, he's gonna be Lobo. No, but this was like the very beginning. I was like,
I
no,
agree with you.
James Gunn was like, he's gonna continue, and I was like, he's gonna be Lobo. This is like sleeper cell way long ago, because James Gunn basically was like, you're not getting fired.
Yeah, because he knows he's gonna be Lobo. You're right.
I totally love that, Nick. Also, yes, the problem with this is I don't know. They still chose to use him at the end credit scene of The Flash. So like they still chose to carry him into this universe.
Because Aquaman 2's coming.
Right. I know. But still, like they ixnayed a bunch of credit scenes because of the furtherment of the universe. They let that one stay. Also, I think that if it does do well, which I feel like they kind of stilted it, they tainted it, like they're kind of making it not do well because of the way that they are posing it with the end of the universe and shit. So I feel like I don't know. I feel like it is questionable as to
There'll be no sequel. I'll
how
say
they're
right now.
gonna move forward with him. I feel like they should
There'll be no
put him in
sequel.
a different place, which, as Nick said and as I said a long time ago, would be Lobo.
Yeah, there's going to be no more Aquaman 3. This will be it. Unfortunately, even if it does fucking great, unless that he becomes the Aquaman in the future, I do not see a third one. I see him tying.
Fuckery to make another one work.
I mean, it has to make $2 billion. You know what I mean? It has to be one of those things where it does just as well or
And
bigger.
if they didn't reset the universe, I feel like it would have done.
It
well.
would have. Oh, yes.
So if it doesn't, I feel like it's because of that bullshit.
Best DC movie, highest grossing DC movie out of all of them. So if anybody's gonna make money, it's gonna be this one. But I have a feeling 205 million, at least 100 million in marketing, because that's always goes down too. So I would say I would say they'd make at least 350 million. I put that out there to make their money back.
Oh,
If it-
sure.
Yeah, honestly, that's how you do it. So if they don't make over,
I think it would pass the 500
if
mark.
they don't make over 100 million opening
I'm
weekend.
gonna put that bet in right now.
650. I'm Vegas. Hold on, let me take.
All right, so if it doesn't make 650, you're gonna dress like Aquaman, right, Rachel?
All right, I'll do it.
I'm writing it down. I'm holding you to it.
Yeah.
But it won't look pleasant.
I'll get one of those
I
like
just think-
muscle t-shirts.
I want to see it. I want to see it, Rachel. Anyways, everybody, Aquaman 2 is coming. It's coming very soon, December 20th. Check it out. The new trailer's out. You can watch it again if you didn't see it here. You know, if you're just listening to the audio podcast, you can listen to it or watch it after. We've been drinking a little bit. It's one of those things. It's fucking Friday.